What's up, everyone? Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. We have a summon party 10 times event coming up this weekend. It's going to be starting in a few hours here soon, and I wanted to give my opinion on a few things because I feel like the community and me are just not on the same page. We're not feeling the same way. Now, I'm here to speak truth. I'm here to speak my truth. I'm not here to speak bullshit. So I'm not here to bullshit you guys. I'm not here to, be a shill for Plarium. I'm not here to push nonsense. I'm here to get to the bottom of the facts, get to the truth, speak that truth. So here we go. As it pertains to the summon party tonight, here's a few things that I feel are not really popular opinion and might even go against the grain of what the community feels. But this is how I feel. If you guys go through my video channel, you guys go through my history, you guys go through all the shard videos I pulled, you guys, it's undeniable, I pulled a ton of shards. You guys can go, you guys can do the math, you guys can back up and verify all these facts. Now, let's get to it. First and foremost, the first thing I would like to dispel is this 2 times event stuff. It's the only time to pull is during 2 times events. 10 times events are just a sham. There's a lot of things people say that I do not agree with. I would say that there's just so many different things. First of all, I want to say that I'm a programmer. I've been programming for many, many years. It's something I enjoy doing. It's something I love to do. It probably gives me a little bit of insight into how games work and how things in the internet work, a little bit more so than your average person. And I'm also not new to the block. I've been around the block a few times. So not being wet behind the ears, there's a lot of people out there that have different opinions than I do. And I'm going to get to why I feel the way I do and what I feel. So first and foremost, the 10 times event, people feel they're a scam. They feel like because the pool of champions is so large that your chance of getting a 10 times champion doesn't really matter. And that this is not time to really pull. And my opinion is to be the opposite of that, honestly. I got to be honest with you guys. Now, my opinion and my experience has been that basically when you pull during a 2 times event, you do not pull more champions. I don't care what people say. You can go back to my history. This is a luck-based thing, okay? All of this is RNG, and to me, 0.5% chance. Okay, let's go back over to the odds in the portal here. 0.5% chance to me does not hit less than 1% chance. It just doesn't. They hit about the same. And if you go through my history, you will see this. You'll see that I hit sometimes more times with a 0.5% chance than I do when I got a 1% chance. So this 1% chance, to me, it's an illusion. It's like something that makes you look at it and see a difference when there really isn't one. So there's not really a difference between 0.5% and 1%. If I pull 100 shards right now, I'm almost guaranteed to get a legendary. Even though this says I'm not. This suggests that I would be pulling 100 shards and wasting my money. I'd have to pull 200 before I'd even see any kind of luck. And then here we have a pity system. It would say that I'd have to summon 200 without a legendary before I start getting pity. So you would expect to hit pity almost every single time. And you're almost guaranteed to pull 200 plus before you get a legendary. Not my experience at all. If I pull 50, I might get one. If I pull 70, I might get one. If I pull 30, I might get one. You never know when you're going to get lucky, okay? Now, I get just as lucky pulling at 0.5% chance as I do a 1% chance. That's the facts. You guys can dispute that all you want, but go pull up the pull videos. That's what it plays out to be, okay? Now, same thing even when you get the 6% chance here. At a 12% chance. You would expect that double means double, but double doesn't mean double the rewards, doesn't mean double the results. It doesn't work that way. It almost never does. And I would say that as I'm pulling 1 shard at 6% chance, I do not feel like I'm going to be very successful. I don't feel like if I hit this button that I'm going to get a legendary. But if I do get lucky, if I do hit, I will get one. That's all there is to it. Now, I've pulled 2 times, 3 times in a row and got 2 legendaries. I pulled them back to back. This has happened. This is, it's not something you could really refute. Now, I've pulled just as many at a 6% chance as I've pulled at a 12% chance. That's the facts. If the odds are better, they're perceived to be better. It's perceived value. Perceived value is imaginary. It's in your head. So even though we see a literal value, when the results are exactly identical, we end up seeing perceived value. We're perceiving there to be more than what there really is. And at the end of the day, what I'm really trying to get at is luck is luck is luck is luck is luck. You're going to have to get lucky at 6%, just like you're going to have to get lucky at 12%. You're going to have to get lucky at 0.5%, just like you're going to have to get lucky at 1%. These odds really don't change dramatically your results. They really don't. So at the end of the day, let's talk about this this whole thing about there's too many people inside the champion pool. You know, what's my odds of getting a Duchess or a Rotos, for example, when all these champions are in the pool? Okay, well, you guys have to think about how the programming works. You guys got to think about how programming works in a game, how it works anywhere. Programming works a very specific way. Now, what's going to end up happening is when we roll the dice here, we hit the button, boom, it rolls. It's going to basically do an if-else statement, a conditional statement. This is called conditional logic. This conditional logic is going to say, are we going to hit 10 times, yes or no? Okay? The first thing the conditional logic says is, did we hit, let's say here, sacred shards, did we hit the 6%? If yes, give them a legendary. If legendary is yes, is the legendary going to be A, 10x, or A, B, other? Okay, it's not going to be just giving you a random number between 10,000 champions, okay? That's not the way it works. It's going to go 10x yes or 10x no. Now, whatever the chance is to get a 10x, so we do the math, it's, you know, I'm not sure exactly what the math is. We'd have to look into the code. 10 times the amount you're supposed to get a regular legendary for. So out of all the other legendaries in the game, you could say that there's a percentage, okay? So this is going to check, again, we got 6% legendary. Hit it yes, you got a legendary, okay? Now we have another percentage chance that you're going to get to 10 times. Okay, if that hits yes, now if you have 3 10 times champions, you have Duchess, you have Prince Kymar, and you have Rotos, for example. Now it's going to do another percentage roll between the 3. And they're going to have an equal chance to roll between one of the 3. A 33% chance, per se. Okay? So you have an equal chance to get one of the 3. Was it legendary? Yes? Okay. Was it 10 times? Yes? Okay. Is it Rotos, Duchess, or... So that's how you determine what you're going to get. And again, going over these odds, I mean, look through my history. You're not getting more results out of the 2 times. I mean, if you are, it's perceived. It's all luck. The thing about luck is you never know when you're going to be lucky, and you never know when you're going to be unlucky. This is all RNG based is what I'm getting at. Now, you think at 6%, you're probably going to be hitting pity or the mercy system. You might. But you think at 12%, that since you have double the odds, that you won't see the mercy system, you won't see the pity system. But guess what? You might. It's RNG, it's luck. So you never know when you're going to be lucky. You can hit the pity system just the same at 6% as you can at 12%. And also, if you get lucky at 6%, getting lucky at 6% is no different than getting lucky at 12%. Sure, you could get lucky more often, possibly speaking. You have better percentage or odds, but luck is luck, RNG is RNG. At the end of the day, you're either going to hit or you're not. The thing about the 10 times luck is you know that you might hit big. Now, if you're hitting on random ones during the 2 times, you might get a bunch of junk. You might hit it, like, say you hit legendary every single time. You got 10 shards. You hit every single time. You got 10 legendaries. You got all trash ones. Okay, what are you going to do now? Well, those all cost money and time to level up. A waste of your time. Maybe a waste of your money. So when you come hit the 10 times, though, you pull a Rotos, you pull a Duchess, I mean, you hit the jackpot. That's guaranteed. You feel good. That's a lottery right there. Bam. You know, you don't have to go do nothing no more. You don't have to worry about wasting your money, wasting your effort, your time. All right, so let's go back to this 10 times summon party. Let's talk about the actual heroes. So at the moment, we got 10 times ancient shards. I think this is Friday. It's coming tonight. And then we have the sacreds the next day. Then we have the voids the next day. Now, what I was about to say is, if you want a specific champion in the game, I don't feel like there's a better chance to get them than when you pull during a 10x, 10 times. That's all there is to it. If I want Prince Kymar, if I want Rotos the Lost Groom, if I want Duchess Lily 2, that my best chance to get them is right now. And I feel like that's accurate. That's very, very accurate. That's an accurate statement. Okay? So if I wanted one of these champions, now's the time to get them. Now, what are your odds of pulling one of these random champions during a non-10 times? That should be what you're really asking yourself. The chances of getting a Duchess, a Rotos, or a Prince Kymar is really, really low when you're talking about 700 champions in a champion pool. And the more champions they add, the more it gets diluted. So your 10x champ is really the best chance you have ever so far in the game to date. So if they program a better one, cool. But for right now, there are no better ones in the game, in my opinion. So let's talk about these champions, because now that we've established the fact that a 2x is really an illusion, in my opinion, I'm not hesitant to pull during a non-2x. Really what I'm getting at right now is that I'm willing to pull during 10x, especially if I want a champion, because the odds of me getting a champion is still pretty high, almost just as high as when we have a 2x. That's the facts. You guys can dispute that all you want, but look into history. All right? So the results speak for themselves. Now, if I want a top tier champion, let's talk about these champions. We have Duchess, we have Rotos, we have Prince Kymar. These are top tier champions in my opinion. These are the types of champions that change your account, change the game. You get Rotos, you're already in the arena, good to go. You get a Duchess, same thing. Prince Kymar, good to go. These will help fill up certain teams. And these are the pinnacle in the game at the moment, at least, for the teams you want to build. If you get a Duchess, there are no better. If you get a Rotos, there are no better. If you get a Prince Kymar, there are no better. If you get a Wither, there are no better. If you get a Bad L, there are no better. If you get a Siphi, there are no better. A Warlord, a Hegemon. Okay, there are no better in the game for what they do. Now, are there other champions in the game? This is what Raid Shadow Legends does very, very well. Besides their baloney monetary system, they have tons of champions that all feel useful. Like, everybody has almost a use in the game somewhere. Whether it's a Bommel, whether it's a Hydra boss, whether it's a arena champ or a campaign farmer, everybody seems to have like something that they're valued and good at. Everybody has some sort of value. So finding like a Krisk, for example, in the Void Shards, of course he's going to have value for your team over a Siphi, a Warlord, a Hegemon. He does different things. And there's so many characters in the game that do different things. They've done a really good job at having, differentiating qualities between the different champions and making them all feel valuable and useful. But when it comes to the end game, now, am I going to be upgrading blues, rares? Yes. Those aren't in-game champions. If you could pull an in-game champion on day one, you're good to go. That's all steak, no fat. See what I'm saying? You've cut off the fat already. All the fat is all those champions that you got to get between the filler, to get you to the top champs. Imagine you start off in the beginning, you pick up all the shitty champs just to get all the mediocre champs, to get some of the good champs, only to get to the best champs later at the end. Okay? If you could pull a Duchess today, you've cut out all the fat. You've cut out all the filler. You skipped right to the end game, So for me, I'm going to tell you guys right now that I am pulling every single shard I have. That's what they want you to do. We already know this. So we're not going to be fooled by this. There's no fooling anybody. Okay, we already know that they want to drain our shards right before they come out with an even better offer or something more useful. Like, for example, they might come out with a Rotos, the Lost Groom, for pulling 150 Ancient Shards next week. All right, and then you're going to go, damn, I just pulled all my Ancient Shards. I didn't get a Rotos. I didn't get a Duchess. I didn't get a Prince. I might not even got a Legendary, period. And now they're going to give me a guaranteed Rotos. Okay, so that's how they get into your pocketbook. We already know that. We already know that's the playbook. We already know that's the scam. We already know that's what's going to happen. So we can anticipate that kind of stuff. Now, is that going to stop me from pulling for the Rotos right now? No, because I don't see that Rotos guaranteed offer next week yet. That's not in the game. That's imaginary. I just came up with that in my head. So until that's a real offer, I'm only looking at what's reality here. Reality is my best chance to get Rotos is today. Duchess today. Prince Kymar today. Now, do I have any of these champions? Do I have a Duchess? No. Rotos? No. Prince Kymar? No. Do I have use for any of them? Yes, all of them. Now, I have in-game champions. I have Siphi the Lost Bride. Okay, if I have Siphi, do I need Duchess? Yes and no. I mean, you can make a case for both of those. You can say if you got Siphi, you don't need Duchess. You're already good to go. You can say, hey, Siphi and Duchess do two different things. I want to have 25% AoE damage reduction. Okay, well, now you need Duchess. All right, so are you going to be able to function in the Hydra boss of the arena without Duchess if you got a Siphi? Yes. But is it the same? No. So you got to determine whether you need somebody for your account or you don't. All right, so if I got a Duchess, I'll let you guys know right now that Duchess definitely is a very impactful character, top champ in the game, one of the top ones. But even if I got her, I don't think she'd have a huge impact on my account until I got her into like in-game gear and started putting her into some in-game teams. So I would love her, but game-changing for me, only slightly, only slightly. Rotos, for example, game changer by a lot. Because he's such a hard hitter in the arena that, like, do I have someone his equivalent? Yes and no. In my opinion, he's one of the best, if not the best. So, you know, I'd like to pair him with Sify, for example, instead of Canderfon. But, you know, if I can't get Rotos, no big deal. Canderfon's pretty good. Do I have somebody who does what Prince Kymar does? Yes and no. I have Renegade. She can reset. But Prince Kymar puts people to sleep and resets. He's pretty kind of like his own unique self. Like, there's not really a lot of people that do what Prince Kymar does. So if I want what Prince Kymar adds to a team, I need to get Prince Kymar. I'm not really worried about getting Prince. I want Rotos. That's the one I really want. But Duchess, Rotos, Prince, I'd take any of them. Again, if you are just starting out the game today and you pull Ancient Shards and you get lucky and hit a Rotos, game over. You won. Okay? Wither the Crowned. One of the best arena defensive champs in the game, Bad Alcazar. I've got a Bad Alcazar, and now I've since appreciated just how badass this dude is. You know, I had Uragrim before the nerf, and Uragrim and Bad Alcazar before the nerf were pretty comparable. Uragrim is badass too. Now I see that Bad L is really on a whole level by himself. Like, he's not even close to what Uragrim was. He's amazing. And he really does, like, if you can solo anything in this game, you're a badass. Mountain King is probably one of the guys that isn't top tier out of all of these guys, but he still is kind of top tier. I would say that Mountain King, you're not going to find anybody in the arena with more HPs that also hits as hard or harder than he does. It doesn't matter where I see him, whether it's plat. I don't really see a lot of them in plat, though. Gold, anywhere I see him in 3v3s, like, he hits hard. He still hits pretty hard. He's beatable, but he does damage. Sify the Lost Bride, top tier champ. Warlord, top tier champ. Hegemon, top tier champ. If you don't have one of these guys, now is your chance. Now, let's talk about the odds of pulling one of these. All right? So, in my opinion, I've watched. I've paid attention. I've looked at the chats when these guys, you know, come out to pull, and I've paid attention for the 10 times. I've taken many screenshots if I can actually go back and find them wherever they're at over the months here, documenting just how often you pull 10 times. I'll see at least 10% of the time, if not more. 10 to 30% of the time, the 10 times is pulled. That's very real. Within the top 100 channels, that's what I'm seeing. So I'm seeing at least out of 10 champions, I see at least one person pull 10 times. And that's at minimum. That's like the worst odds I've seen. You know, anywhere between 20 and 30% seems to be about average. Like, I see a lot of these get pulled. I don't see that the 10 times don't get pulled. That's not something I see. Like, I don't feel like that's a valid fact. That 10 times aren't being pulled, I think that's bullshit. I think 10 times are being pulled. I've pulled tons of them myself personally. So I know they're being pulled. What are the odds? Like, we don't see the odds. That's a hidden number. So I can't speak for what the odds really are. But like I'm saying, and you guys don't have to take my word for it, go back and look at the channel, look at the videos. You know, I have a one I didn't even upload where we have a Canderfon and Brackus the Shifter and like back-to-back pulls, and they're both in 10 times champ. So it happens, you know, it really does happen. So again, let's recap this real quick and then I'll end the video. We have a summon party. It is Ancient Shards, Sacred Shards, Void Shards. This is a 10x. This is not a 2x. You don't have a better chance to pull legendaries. All you have is the same standard chance. But you do have a 10x chance to pull one of these. These are 10-star champs, all of them, besides maybe Mountain King here. Wither, Bad Alcazar, Duchess Lily, Rotos the Groom, Prince Kymar, Sify the Lost Bride, Warlord, Hegemon. If you don't have these characters, and personally speaking, I could vouch for these voids. They're pretty damn good. You might want to pull. You know what I'm saying? You might want to pull. And don't be mad at me if you don't pull them. So, I mean, you know, it is what it is. Somebody's going to get lucky, and a lot of people won't. Hope you guys are lucky. If you guys pull, get lucky. Let me know who you guys pull in the comment section below. You guys take it easy. Have a great day. And don't be scared of them 10 times. Don't be scared to pull during a non-2x. That's the moral of this story. I hope you guys get lucky. Hope you guys get somebody good. You guys take it easy. Have a great day. Peace.